Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Grab Elwood. Thank you for watching the show, ladies and gentlemen. Like this video. That helps. If you're new to the show, make sure you're subscribed. It always helps. YouTube is unsubscribing people, which is not cool. But, you know, Google's been working with the CIA since 2011. Anyway, that's not why you're here. Maybe it is. Another great way to support the show is to go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood, where you can submit articles like Tim Stack has done here. Tim has been supporting the show since the very beginning. We've been doing the show for 4 years now. Tim, thank you so much. Quick, Oak Flat, Trump's final middle finger to the environment. Yeah, so as Trump's term comes to a dramatic close, the administration's last-minute effort to rush through multiple mining projects. Yes, he's gone. Yay, Trump's gone. Now we've got Biden. But anyway, and I'm going to show you in this article, which is from Mint Press News, which will be in the show notes, how sordid and corrupt both parties are, because look what's in there. Buried deep in the National Defense Authorization Act for 2015, Section 3003 calls for the expeditious facilitation of a land exchange agreement between Resolution Copper Mining and the United States government. Well, that's while Obama was in office. Obama also signed the NDAA in 2011. That's the one that gave federal troops authorization to just snatch up American protesters without any probable cause, which is what they did under Obama and Vice President Biden during the Occupy movement. They used it at Standing Rock. So when everybody was all up in arms about what was happening in Portland, which was good reason to be up in arms, they were like, oh, it's Trump's federal troops. Yeah, but Obama put that in place. And this happened under the Obama administration too. Expeditious facilitation of a land exchange agreement between a mining company and the government. Why does the government need to facilitate a corporate blah, blah, blah? Basically, we're going to let these rats ruin land for their own greedy profits. Is what, if you want me to interpret that for you from a legal standpoint? Yeah, they're going to let the rats do this. Why is this a part of our national defense? So this is what they do. They say, oh, it's always, that's why they're always keeping us. That's why we need to be divided, distracted, and afraid, right? Because if you're afraid they're coming for you, then they can put all this stuff in there. It's like what happened at the Capitol, January 6th. Neo-Nazis took over the building along with some crazy people, some Trump supporters, whatever. So that's why they want to just censor everybody and use that as an excuse for Patriot Act 2.0, which you don't know. Somebody like, oh, Graham, so you just want Nazis running around everywhere. Blah, 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 blah. That's the voice of every dummy in the comment section or idiot on social media. No, but we already have laws in place. And they're already being arrested by the FBI. You broke into the Capitol building, that's a crime. So anyone they can identify, they've made over 100 some arrests. If they're, not that I have great faith in the FBI, but I don't have faith that a new stricter Patriot Act for Americans is going to make us any safer. It's just going to give the ruling elites and this authoritarian American empire government, now ruled by Joe Biden, who's a rapist, believe all women unless they accuse a Democrat. Then maybe we don't. That's basically what the Me Too movement has said. So 3 years ago, 3 years ago, when they were believe all women during the Kavanaugh hearings, it basically was believe all women that accuse Republicans. Because the women that have accused Joe Biden and Bill Clinton, maybe those girls maybe they're a little nuts. That's basically how the Me Too movement and the selective outrage of ridiculous America on both sides, right? Just like the dummy Trumpers all outraged at pulling down statues during the Black Lives Matter protests of Confederate and slave owners and awful people. That was somehow worse than seizing the Capitol building with automatic weapons and zip tie handcuffs wearing neo-Nazi paraphernalia. See how dumb it is when they keep us divided? Then everybody says dumb things and they're hypocritical in every moment of their dumb lives. So Back to this. Why did this need to be put into the National Defense Authorization Act? So letting a mining company mine on indigenous protected lands, how is that keeping Americans safe? The land swap specifically targets approximately 2,500 acres that are not already owned by the mining concern and which rest inside a patchy, hollowed ground known as Oak Flat in the Tonto National Forest in central Arizona. There we go. So a mining company went, hey, how do we get around this protected land thing? Oh, we'll put this in the NDAA. Do you see how sinister they are? You see how this is why, like, when I hear AOC go, oh, wait, it's too performative. Like, what has the squad done? I was so behind them. I was so fired up for them. I was so excited. And now they just acquiesce. And all they do is whine and complain. And they're really good at tweeting. Why can't the Progressive Caucus do this? Why can't the Progressive Caucus hide something that's like good for people? In the NDAA, make it never allow. You can't put a pipeline on any, like you could just put, they could put stuff like that that's good for the environment. That's like secret progressive stuff. Why do they always play fair? The ruling class doesn't. If I was in Congress, I would sneak stuff in to help everybody. I would absolutely do that. And you know, I put in the NDAA. Oh, domestic terrorists are oil and mining companies. You know, I just put that in there. Whoa, and nobody reads the bill. I just sneak that in there. And everybody like, Graham, why are you voting on that awful bill? I'd be like, read page 1326, paragraph 5. I'd be like, look what I snuck in there. There's a lot of awful shit in that bill, but I snuck in something good that they can't change. That's what I do. A bill that I knew they'd pass because it's a war bill or something like that. I just slide that in there. Why don't you got to think like a criminal when you're dealing with criminals? Like if you want to provide security, like you don't want to get broken into or whatever, or something like that, don't ask an honest person. Ask someone that's a reformed criminal. Don't ask an actual criminal because they'll figure out what it is. But someone that used to commit crimes, go, how would you? They go, oh, I'd break in and do this and this. That lock won't work. You go, oh, okay. Considered sacred by the Apache and other First Nation peoples who still use the land they call Chichi Bil Dag Tatil, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, for important ceremonies, food, and vital link to their heritage. So this is sacred ground. And it's always this kind of stuff. It's always okay to take sacred ground from like indigenous people. Can you imagine if this mining company wanted to do this like in a Catholic church, or like, hey, this is sacred land for a Christian thing? They'd be like, there's no way they'd get away with that. So why is this okay? It's not. And why was this put in the NDAA in 2015 when Obama and Biden were in office? Did they not know? Did the Democrats in Congress and the Senate not know? Were they tricked by those sneaky Republicans, or were they in on it? Because that's, both parties are awful. Both parties profit from this. Closed to mining activities by President Eisenhower in 1955. Eisenhower, who I believe was a Republican, is to the left, way left of the Republican Party today, and pretty much to the left of the Democrats as well. That's how far out of control our country has gone. The Republican Party has gone full right-wing fascist, and the Democrats have followed them. And now the Democrats are like a moderate Republican Party of like 30, 40 years ago. Oak Flat has since flourished as a significant habitat for wildlife, including several endangered species of fish, snakes, and birds. Yeah, but how do you make fish, snakes, and birds? What are they? There's no profit margin there. They don't generate revenue, right? Streams don't generate revenue, so we got to mine it. That's the thinking, right? And any of these like right-wing people or whatever that are like, hey, I like hunting, I like fishing, you should want this protected too. As well as popular campground and world-renowned rock climbing destination. Not for long. Not if a mining company, you like rock climbing? We just ruined it. You like camping? Oh, there's going to be mining trucks. The air is always going to smell like diesel. But hey, profits, the stocks are going up. Stock market's doing great. Oh, I don't own any stocks in that. Yeah, but right? Isn't it great? In 2014, John McCain, the largest recipient of Rio Tinto political contributions in Congress last year, inserted the aforementioned writer in the 2015 NDAA, effectively reversing 66 years of environmental protection law. John McCain, of course, from Arizona, who, because Arizona has a lot of Native American people. It's got Navajo, it's got Apache, it's got a bunch of other indigenous like land and reservations, right? Said, oh, I'm going to protect these lands and blah, blah, blah. Just lip service to get votes from those communities. Just blah, 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 blah. And if I say it really seriously and lean in, then you might believe my nonsense because I'm a liar. Rio Tinto comes along. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll drill this shit out of that. San Carlos Apache Nation have been camping out at Oak Flat since January 2020 as part of their continued effort to halt the mining project. Okay, folks. So, Trump's gone. So all this pull Biden to the left and pressure Biden, here you go. Pressure everybody in Congress and in the Senate because the Democrats control both now. Oh, but they can have the filibuster. No, stop making excuses. They could pass it. We're gonna play that card from 2010. Obstructionist Republicans stopped all of our decent, good democratic policies. No, both parties are pieces of shit. So I hold the Democrats accountable. Get this out of the NDAA. Why is this in the NDAA? Okay, John McCain, a Republican, put it in there, but didn't seem like any of the Democrats at the time had a problem with it. Because they get money from oil companies too. They get money from money companies too. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. But at least Trump's gone. Big bad Trump gone. The mean guy. We just got to Biden's going to be cleaning up his mess for years. That'll be the excuse. Why isn't Biden doing more? He just got into office. There's a whole list of things he could do by executive order. He could have done, you know what he could have done on day one? Because there's a national emergency of COVID-19, he could say, oh, national emergency that's already been declared. Everybody gets free healthcare, Medicare for all. Could have done that. Could have done student debt forgiveness. Executive action, he could have done that. But no, instead he rolled troops into Syria. All right, got us back in the Paris Accord. Great. Yay, we're beating Trump. So Biden and Harris, they're going to really protect the government or the environment. Don't you think? Don't you think so? Ooh, wait. Ooh, whoops. Here's Kamala Harris. Twitter account. Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact. October 7th. She also said it in the debates, as did Joe Biden. Pressure the Democrats, but that's what you're up against. Why are you up against that? Because the oil fracking companies, natural gas, fossil fuel companies, they gave to Kamala and Joe and the Democrats, just like they gave to the Republicans. That's why they both ran it. They were like adamant at the debates. We're not going to have a Green New Deal. Whoa, 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 whoa. Adamant. So this is, yeah, Trump did an awful thing, of course. Of course he did, just to open up for mining, But the Democrats, are they going to really stop this? Are they going to say, oh, Trump, boy, look, all the bad stuff he's done. Yeah, but you could change it right now. We can't. Trump, the Republicans, they're just going to play that game. And you're going to hear dummy liberals, hold on, just chill. Just chill. Biden just got into office. Give him some time. No, he said 100 million vaccines in 100 days. That's 1 million vaccines a day. Has that happened? We're about 5 days into his presidency. Has there been 5 million vaccines nationwide? Is he already behind on this 100 million vaccine promise? You know why everybody talks about the first 100 days? Nobody talked about that until FDR got into office, and every day was like boom, 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 boom. Because he took office when we were in the middle of a depression, a huge financial collapse. Joe Biden has inherited a worse situation. FDR didn't have a pandemic. We have a pandemic, and we have a financial collapse that's looming. The financial situation is bad right now, but it hasn't even gotten as bad as it can get, and how financial experts are saying it's going to get. FDR didn't have climate collapse too happening. They don't care about climate collapse. They only care about money. That's Kamala Harris. This is a fact. She's proud that they're not going to ban fracking. So are they going to, they care that indigenous land is getting open for mining? If enough people make noise, they will. If you don't, they won't. If enough people make noise, let me put it this way. If enough people make noise, there's a chance that they'll go, oh man, we got to do something because now we're looking bad. I thought the Democratic Party was the party of inclusion and diversity, and wouldn't be the Democratic Party be the party that's protecting indigenous land from mining? Right? Is that the case? It was a Democratic president and Vice President Joe Biden that allowed this NDAA to keep going the way it is. You know, Joe Biden that signed the 94 crime bill. That Joe Biden. The same one. Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one. Yeah, he's president now. Yeah. So we're going to hold him accountable, or we're going to go to brunch because big bad Trump's gone. Trump mean, Trump bad, Trump gone. Trump's gone. What are you going to do, liberals? Back to brunch? Get mad? If liberals spend as much time holding the Democratic Party accountable as they do getting mad at like lefty progressive socialists like us, the Democratic Party would actually change. But they know the vote any blue will do crowd, they can get away with shit like this. So Trump's gone now. No more excuses. You can't blame Russia, the Republicans. Are you okay with fracking? Are you okay with indigenous land being open up to mining thanks to the NDAA? Are you okay with that? If you are, you don't even understand then that mining companies could do this in your backyard where your children play. They can do this to sacred indigenous land. They could do it to where that's our kids' park. Not anymore. There's mining stuff there. Fracking contaminates water. It causes explosions. I mean, earthquakes. I've done videos on that. So there it is, folks. Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact. So we're going to do something about this? Or are we just going to go brunch it up? Brunch it up, brunch it up, brunch it up. Huh? Brunchy brunch? Thanks for watching the show, everybody. I hope I didn't disrupt brunch. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What are you having? Mimosas? Mimosas. Shave your knuckles for justice. Ba-boom. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, where you can support the show. Also, I have a Bitcoin wallet, a Bitcoin Cash wallet, and an Ethereum wallet in the show notes. We're taking cryptocurrency. I have a Coinbase affiliation link. We're going to be getting on some other exchanges. So that's how you support the show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. YouTube is unsubscribing us at an alarming rate. I have a PayPal button. at GrahamElwood.com. I even have a Venmo at Graham-Elwood. There's a lot of ways to support our show. We are getting crushed by YouTube. We've dipped under 73,000 subscribers because of YouTube. Thanks for supporting what we do.